kids. My name is Tanya, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee in the United States. I'm so excited to be back in Honduras with you this year. I love Honduras. I love coming here. Every time I get to come, I'm so excited to get to spend time with you and to tell you about Jesus. And so I'm very excited to be with you today. So I'm pausing in this to show you how we are connecting with our ministry partners. We always want to share a sentence, a statement, a thought, a complete thought, and then give our ministry partners time to translate that. So as we go, I'm going to skip some of that time just for the sake of the training on this video. But just know, as you're teaching this lesson, you'll always wait for your ministry partner to help you get the message across. So today, boys and girls, we are going to be talking about a story from the Bible in Genesis 37. And this story is about a man named Joseph. Raise your hand if you have ever heard the story before. Yeah, I love this story. It's one of my very favorites in the whole Bible. So the way this story begins is with Joseph when he was a younger boy. So Joseph lived with his family, and his father's name was Jacob. He had 11 brothers, but his father loved him more than any of the others, and that made his brothers very jealous. And one day, Joseph's dad, Jacob, made Joseph a coat of many colors. It was a beautiful robe of all these different colors. And do you know how his brothers felt about that? That made them even more mad at him. And then one day, Joseph had a dream, and he dreamed that his brothers would serve him one day. And then he told them about the dream. How do you think that made Joseph's brothers feel? Yeah, they didn't like that at all. And so then this one day, Jacob, Joseph's dad, told Joseph, go check on your brothers while they're taking care of the sheep. And so Joseph obeyed his dad, and he went and he checked on his brothers. But the brothers saw him coming. And how did the brothers feel about Joseph? Did they like Joseph? No, they were jealous of Joseph. So the brothers saw Joseph coming from a distance, and they said, let's kill him. Let's get rid of him. So they wanted to kill Joseph. But he had one brother who said, maybe we won't kill him. Maybe we'll just hide him in a big hole in the ground, a cistern in the ground. Maybe we'll just hide him in a pit and throw him there. So I'm going to stop the story here. That's about 3 minutes in to give you an idea, but you'll want to continue to develop that story. The reason I share that here is to give you just a really quick lesson on how to engage with children. I will tell you, it's pretty hard to do when children are not in front of you and you're doing it in front of a video screen. But the main thing is you want to know the story well enough that you are not looking at your notes, because you will lose them in a heartbeat, especially in the environments of being outside where there's a lot of distractions, being in small rooms where it's hot and also a lot of distractions. And even if you're in a Bellevue classroom, if you do not have the story memorized to the degree that you can share it, you are going to lose them in a heartbeat. So just know the story well enough that you're able to tell it with them, but you also want to know it well enough so that you can use inflections and you can be personable and you can ask questions as you go through, and you're not bound by a script that you're following. So that is a great rule of thumb when you're working with kids. No, there's always going to be distractions. Don't let kids throw you off track. If they ask a question that's totally not related, you can always be very kind and say, okay, we're going to talk about that later. Or just say, okay, we'll answer questions at the end or something like that so you can get through the story. You'll have about 15 to 20 minutes in your rotation. A good rule of thumb is if you're speaking for 10 minutes, then that means your translator is also going to be speaking for 10 minutes. So it's going to run a lot faster than it seems like when you're reading the paper.